We had a good live yesterday, man. You know, we had Judas there. So Judas was up in there. Judas Batscan. That's actually his name is Judas Scan. You know, so we're going viral. YouTube. Instagram going stupid. It's subsiding now, but so we got to go re-stupid. We have to re-stupid the traffic. So, but that's it, man. Get drunk, get tan. You know, a little shiny. Honestly, a little too shiny. Let me try to get less shiny, and then let my fucking vermin neighbors watch the Messiah. Because god damn it, it's free for them. And then we gotta be like, damn, well, at least they're not stealing our stuff. We have to fucking remind ourselves that, like, yeah, the suburbs are trash, but like, no one's gonna break into your house, you know, unless it's a serial killer. And that's where we gotta, again, we have to recheck ourselves. So we can check ourselves and then recheck ourselves. But we sell soundtracks, mixtapes, G. John Stop Bomb. You know, we get this shit going, and then we rinse and repeat, and we get this shit going, get tan, get drunk, you know, out here trying to just hope some fucking females walk by, bro. Like, just hope some fucking females walk by. It's like, god damn. You fucking wonder, like, how many goddamn males need to follow me around before one female follows me around? Is it 700? You know? Because dudes follow me everywhere, you know, trying to be like pimping, right? Trying to smolder next to the Phoenix, okay? You know, horny fucks, bro. Trying to buy the robe of the Messiah, you know? They do that every fucking day, bro. We go to the fucking grocery store, bro. We go to a damn McDonald's, and we got the motherfucking vermin full on our fucking ass in our blind spot, bro. Every goddamn day in the fucking public, bro. This shit is insane. But it's safe because we're in, you know, we're in the suburbs. It's middle class, upper middle class, which now it's upper middle class, but this day and age, it's like, what even is that? So, but again, Instagram bussing, traffic bussing, you know, PayPal, Bash App bussing. You know, we just get drunk, get tan. We're out here to get drunk and get tan. You know, we just hope some fucking women would walk by. Like, how is that too much to goddamn ask, bro? That some 20, 30, and even 40-year-old girls. Like, that's a 20-year range of women that could walk by. But they don't, you know? You know, they don't. Middle-aged people walk by. You know, it's like fat people walk by. It's like, God fucking damn it, where are the breed-worthy American women at? So, but yeah, That's really about it. It's fucking ridiculous, but we'll take the fame. We'll take the fucking fame, but god damn it, are Americans trash. And again, we monologue because it's just here by ourselves. We're out getting drunk and tan solo. You know, the feedback makes the lies brag. Obviously, we'll answer feedback, but in the meantime, if we got to talk our little trash about Oregon, which is the reason we're famous in general, so we do have to. We always got to check ourselves, man, because we are famous because of Oregon. 90%. All right, obviously 10% is the American Messiah, and who knows? Maybe there was a better environment to be famous in. Who knows? Maybe if we were from Bristol, New Haven or something. Who knows? If we got like beat up when we were in 8th grade and that changed our trajectory or something. That could have, who knows? Baton Rouge, but can say for sure that Americans are fucking one of the worst humans on the planet, bro. Like, we're talking 5-6 foot rodents. So, speaking of that, today Sam Hyde was recommended to us on Instagram. It's like, I thought you fucking blocked. You fucking LGBTQ lurking fuck in my DMs. How you gonna come into my DM and then block? How you gonna come into my DM and then block? You fucking LGBTQ fuck. We went to his Instagram too. We went to it. It was recommended, it's always, bro, it's like we got Twitter and Instagram always recommending some fucking bullshit. Like, it's like, why you recommending bullshit, bro? Like, fucking send our shit viral. Why you fucking recommending us some Sam Hyde, bro? It's wild is even in 2016, people were like, wow, this is like Sam Hyde. Like, what, bro? Like, we post raw footage from majority Oregon. 90% of our stuff is in Oregon. Maybe 95, It's like, how did they even think of Sam Hyde? And then lo and behold, Sam Hyde messages us like back maybe 2020. Yeah, because it was right after Andrew Ballahan, Channel 5. And so he messages us. We're like, yeah, man, heard a lot about you. Been hearing about you since 2016, which is 4 years before 2020. But hey. And then, after like, he said he needed like to get an okay from his boss or something, and then he blocked. You fucking, like, why the fuck were you even in the DMs? And then we look at his fucking Instagram today, left a bunch of comments, tagged Jep Neptune, tagged out Andrew Ballahan, and we were like, is this full LGBTQ? Like, really? Is it like, let's be honest, like, come on, bro, go look at his Instagram. Are you fucking LGBTQ? What motivation do you have? You are LGBTQ if you do that damn shit, bro. Like, come on, man. But we might have to save this live. God damn it, bro. 10 minutes in. That's so funny how hard it is for a guy with 5,000 followers and subscribers on just YouTube alone, let alone Instagram and Facebook, even trash ass TikTok. Like, It's so funny how it's hard for us to get 5 people into a live. Think about how fucked that is, bro. But we've said it before. Our varsity, he was vermin too. The guy running our varsity team, which is wild because he back then was the same age as me now, that's fucking insane to think that he was competing with a 16-year-old boy. But again, that's good obviously that's part of what made the Messiah. The American Phoenix, 16 years old, and these fucking middle-aged, well, he must have been, at that time he was middle-aged. Now, 42 is still a regular age person. Now, right? Because you fast forward up into, it's just a different era. So, but he says, and again, this guy is fucking vermin, but he says, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And that was my first time hearing that phrase. 16 years old, basketball, just playing high school basketball. And, probably one of the worst people in my whole folklore, not even just my fame, but my whole folklore, that's my basketball, my traveling, my whole life, right? The whole G. Johns biography, he would be one of the worst, right? But he said one of the most important things of my life, which is wild because he was trash. But he said if scoring was easy, everybody would do it. And again, he's talking to his basketball team, which was us. We were 16 years old. And he was right. Never forgot that. Because how could such a trash individual make such a poignant, astute observation about varsity basketball in the United States? But he was right, and it was so simple. But he was right. If scoring was easy, everybody would do it. I was like, whoa. Now, that sounds so simple, but if you're 16 years old and you've never heard that before, then bro, that shit was fucking poignant. So that was a win for him. But the other win is he never sat down. Played on his team for 2 years. He never sat down. So, but outside of that, what a fucking hideous, what a bad guy. God damn, why be bad? But, you realize some people, they got their DNA that stems from Germany. And obviously we know about Germany. So, speaking of that, John Hildebrand, thank you, Super Handles, for being a great business partner for 14 years. And then the greatest Judas in the history of G. John's folklore for the past 7 years. And so he went 14 years on and then the past 7 years off. And so, but again, if your whole, master plan is to be Judas, then hey, maybe it works. So if your master plan is to be Judas, then okay. But getting drunk, getting tan, talking to our neighbors, going live, 6:23 West Coast American Standard Time, and that's about it. So, we live amongst vermin, but one good thing about vermin is they won't break into your house, and that's because that would make them hyenas. Then they're hyenas, right? So, are we supposed to be thankful for white people, even though they're fucking one of the worst human personifications on earth? Are we supposed to be thankful for white people? Yeah, none of them broke into my house. obviously going out in public is one of the worst things ever. Being around them is one of the worst things ever. But they didn't break into my house, right? Are we supposed to be happy? And so that's the thing. It's a tough little predicament because, god damn it, do we live amongst vermin? So we're gonna save this live. Getting drunk, getting tan. Going live, going viral. Rosemont God on Instagram. Real Nigga 5000 on Instagram. John Style Bomb on Instagram. Abu Rashid on Instagram. And then one more. FG Johns. FG Johns, the motherfucking stunner, huh? So, but that's it, bro. And so that's really all it is. We get drunk, get tan, go viral, Instagram bussin'. So, but it's got to be an everyday thing. We got to go viral every day. And so this fucking live, this traffic sucked, but we're going to save the live. Because, god damn it, we need to go viral. And so, yeah. Yeah, man. That's what we got to do. And so, all these fucking Americans that are swarming us, and we're supposed to act like it's normal. You could talk to your family members about your fame, and they would take the side of the fucking pedestrians. Like, they would take the side of the vermin, and they have your DNA. They take the side of the vermin. So my buzzins, or actually all my fucking family, even my immediate family, bro, like, they'll take the side of the pedestrians, like the American rodents, and that shit's insane, right? Let alone my schoolmates, right? Like my school buddies who are supposed to be my friends, but like, those fucking fools are Judases, bro. Those fucking fools are Judases. But hey. Safe though, So we gotta rationalize everything somehow. We rationalize it. It's safe though. Getting tan, getting drunk. Okay. Just went to the store, got some drinks. Locked the vehicle up. Boom, and then got drunk. So rationalize everything. Talk to the neighbors. The feedback makes the lives brag. And we'll deal with the fucking bullshit, but only because what other option is there? We're getting tan, getting drunk. It's like, god fucking damn it. We're gonna save this goddamn live, bro. We're gonna save this fucking live, bro. People need to know. This has been a 19-minute monologue because there's 0 comments in the feedback section, which is where the live starts to brack. But without it, shit, we end up just talking trash about Oregon. And hey, that's what it is. But again, that's what made the Phoenix, because the Phoenix has to rise from the ashes, right? So, if all these fucking horseshit, rodent fucking 5 and 6 foot trash cans of humans are the shrouds that the Phoenix rises from, then hey, that's what it is. Now it's passive aggression. That's still aggression, though. Passive aggression is still aggression, bro. And then people lie about it after. How long, how fucking long were you alive before you realized that everyone was just out there lying to each other, right? People are lying to each other. People are just out there lying. How like, for me, it was like 37 years old, maybe 38, before realizing that, oh, you fools are all just lying, right? Like, you fools are lying. How old were you when you realized that? Like, some people might have realized it at 12. If you have a bad family or something, or you got bad neighbors, or some of the kids are early LGBTQ, so they have to lie, like. But for me, bro, it was for my late 30s. Realized everyone was just lying in the United States. Come adulthood, that's how they survive. They survive by lying. Everyone's lying, and that's like only over the last 48 months is that even evident for me, because it was just rolling around like people were sincere, like believe in people. But you live and learn, man. And so fools are out here lying. But fools are really out here lying, bro. And we had to learn through live and learn. But goddamn, people lie. It's wild. It's like, how do you just lie? That's how you live? Like, what the fuck? Hey, they do. They do, man. So, yeah, man. Even friends, bro. First of all, what are friends? Shit. Now some of my acquaintances are more important than my friends. It's like, what are even our friends? It's proximity. And that's what a guy told me, one of my teachers at Western Oregon University. He was a psychology instructor. He was like, bro, it's proximity. He says the number one determining factor for a friendship is proximity, which is wild, right? The fact that you're just more likely to be friends with a neighbor than a motherfucking person that's like-minded is wild, but that's what it is. So, all right, we ran out of drinks, so we're probably gonna get going. That's a 23-minute monologue of us complaining about Oregon and Americans in general. Talking about Instagram, whoop-de-whoop, but we're out of drinks. And so, we like to give people a chance to give feedback. Obviously, that's what makes the lives brag, but God damn it, if you guys want to be voyeurs, you can be. You would think 5,000 people would send more people to the live, but hey, that's all it is, man. There's a lot of voyeurs, and then people watching, lurking, and so we'll take the subscribers, right? But again, the feedback makes the lives brag. We're gonna save this live because we had to tell things like it was, and that's a 24-minute. That's my longest monologue maybe ever. Like, you just witnessed my longest monologue ever, right there. So, all right, guys. So my grandma watches these, so it's a lot of curse words, but my grandma does watch these, man, and it's disappointing that my other grandma died. That was sad, because damn, that's a different topic though. But my other grandma both grandma, my grandma that is living, right, watches these. So she be in the comments typing in all capital letters. And so if Grandma Rosa is watching this, then what's up, Grandma? We'll try to be down in Vegas. Last time we saw you was 2023, and that seems like yesterday. So that seems like motherfucking yesterday now. So we'll deal with it. But we will deal with it. So let's get it going. All right, guys. Peace. Gotta go get some more drinks. That's all you can do is get more drinks sometimes. When it's sunny out, you know, your only option is get more drinks. Unless you want to go exercise. But that, fuck. God damn, bro. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Peace. 26-minute monologue. 26-minute monologue. Wow.